can churches help to disciple those going through dark times? Well, it's 3 ideas that we're thinking about. First one, listen. Sometimes Christians can be much too quick to speak. Best thing is really to listen to what the person is saying, to try and pick up on things that they're not saying, to look at their body language, all those kind of things. Just spend time with them. The second thing is teach. That is, in churches, sometimes we can be so upbeat, we give the impression that no one ever struggles. I can't tell you the number of new Christians who've said to me, why is it that I'm going through real difficulties and everyone else is sailing along? We don't want to give the impression that the normal Christian life is easy or comfortable, because it's not. The normal Christian life, according to the Bible, will be full of suffering. We live in a world that's fallen. We are sinful people, and God uses bad things sometimes for our good, to discipline us. Now, we don't want to drop that into someone who's in the middle of a difficult situation, but we want to teach the whole church so that the whole church has realistic expectations of what it means to live a Christian life. And I think that involves putting things in sermons. I think it involves using personal testimony. I think it involves giving examples of people who are going through really difficult times and yet are experiencing growth and change. So that's the first 2, listen, teach. The third one is grow. We can be embarrassed to talk about growth in the middle of darkness, but I think it really is possible. I can look back on my own Christian life and see periods of real difficulty as the times where I've grown the most, and I'm sure that many other people can as well. Just thinking of my own personal experience, so I've met with people with real difficulties, and I think, my goodness, what on earth can I say and do to them? And at the beginning, we've tried to do things like come up with strategies, which can be a really helpful thing, aspects that are possible to change, decisions to make. But actually, the most helpful thing long term is just to read the Bible with someone, so that they are able to have their eyes lifted a little bit from their own situation and see more of the Lord and his goodness and his purposes for the world and in Jesus. And they're encouraged to, as they see more of him, to lift their eyes a little bit from their own situation, and their faith grows, and they're able to find their place in the church much more and more. So I think those 3 things are really helpful. Listen, teach, and expect to grow.